Happy fall, y'all! This is Mrs. Albert, and I wanted to show you how to make a star crown to wear for the Harvest Festival. This is a star crown, and you'll need the piece of star felt that was sent home with the material distributions along with the goldenrod yarn. Mine is red, yours is probably gold, and a pair of scissors. Let's start by cutting out the star. I cut the star two ways. I can cut this way and then turn my needles and cut out. If that is hard for you, you might try this way where I cut down to the point and then turn the fabric and cut to the point again. Try different ways. It's tempting to ask your adult to cut out the star because it can be hard, but don't do that. That's how we learn, is by trying hard things. Your stars are all different shapes and really aren't shaped like this at all. And so whatever shape you come up with will be just fine. I cut the black off of my star. I didn't want there to be black on my star. So I cut inside the lines to remove all of the black. I have one more scissor job to do before I'm done with the star. We're not going to sew them this year like we usually do, but we are going to use the 2-snip method. So I'm going to make 2 snips. One will be here and one right next to it here. And I'm going to use just the tip of my scissors because they are sharp. If the scissors on your house are not sharp, you might have to use this part of the blade. Careful. But I now have 2 snips. And that's where the finger knitted cord will go through to tie the star onto the cord. Let me set those things aside and let's work on our finger knitting. This yarn is wrapped so that the end is around the middle. There might be an end over here or over here, but don't use those, it'll get tangled. So find the end of your yarn and unwrap a good amount. I'm going to make a slip knot. You can watch this part of the video as many times as you want until you have a slip knot too. I'll take the end and lay it over. So I've made a lake. My fish lives under the water, not on top of the water. The fish lives under the water, and this fish jumps up and bites the snake, not the worm. Too hungry to bite just an old worm. So bites the snake, holds on tight, chomp. And then I'm going to pull this little worm and my hands apart. If it doesn't work, just try it again. That makes a slip knot. A slip knot can be slipped smaller and it can be slipped bigger. To make the chain, we put our fingers inside this slip knot and bite that snake over and over. Bite the snake, pull it through. Oh, I must need more yarn. Fingers go inside, bite the snake, and pull it through. This hole will eventually get too big. Mine's very twisty. To make it smaller, I simply pull. I put my finger here and pull, and I can make that hole just the right size. If I pull too hard, I'll use my strong fingers to pull a loop out from my work and keep going. We wear star crowns at the Harvest Festival because this is the time of the year when stars are streaming across the sky and falling to the earth. And we call that a meteor. And when it happens a lot, we call it meteor showers. And there's lots of meteor showers at this time of the year. In fact, there's so many meteor showers that the earth is heavier at the end of autumn than it is at the beginning. And you can even find pieces of those meteor showers, the iron in our sandbox at school. If you had a magnet, you would be able to find little pieces of metal in our sand that often comes from the meteor showers in the fall. Meteors, the iron that's in meteors, can be used by artists for painting and by healers to make people strong and by blacksmiths to make things that help people and give them courage, like swords, tools for their animals to plow the fields. When you are finished, this cord will be long enough to fit around your head. You'll probably have to do the entire ball that was sent to you. to stop, you just take the end and put it through the last hole. So I just took the end and put it through the last hole, and that's how I made the knot at the end. That chain can then go through the 2 snips on your star, in one snip, maybe I should say up a snip, and then down the other snip. A star crown worthy of any scholar. Happy fall. Enjoy the Harvest Festival.